1 week later. The week's been a mix of excitement and trepidation. More excitement from Fang and the band and trepidation on my part around Fang. Having come to terms with how I feel, I can't just stop noticing all the little things she does. Like her cute tail wagging to a silent tune, or her weird and funny way of eating, or how soft and huggable her wings look. Raptor Jesus, if this is what love is, I kind of want to sample buckshot. And yet, I don't want it to stop. Even now, as Mo and Reed work on clearing the floor of tables and making a noise. And I'm drooling like an idiot as I watch Fang bend over a large amp. Push this button to turn it on. Real fucking loud. Can't hear shit. Yo mama, yo papa. Audio the Jack. Jack the Ripper. MGTOW. Someone took a personality test, I think. Ahem. Even now her tail wags to that mysterious beat in her head. Ahem. Not to mention the way those jeans hug her hips and ass. Ahem. Yes? What do you need? What do you need, Trish? Huh? Aren't you supposed to be helping? I'm helping myself. Oh shit, right. Yeah, just moving this table, ha ha ha. Don't look what's under the table. You wouldn't like it. I pick up the last table on the floor and hurriedly move it to the suspiciously large storage room in the back of Dynimo's. I set the table down with the rest, right next to the seemingly out-of-place buckets of cement mix. Looking out from the closet, the joint is actually pretty big. The area is a good 150 by 200 feet, so without the tables, there's enough space for at least a few hundred people. Impressed, I let out a low whistle. I'm on time, right? Where did she come from? Who are you? We've met before. Right. Oh, Stella, right? From the school gardens? She gleefully nods. Yes, Rosa should be coming any minute now, too. I haven't spoken to either of them since campus beautification. Well, other than Stella through the bathroom door, but that doesn't really count. But Fang and the rest will be happy they have at least 2 fans, right? You know, there's always room in the gardening club if you still want to join, Anon. There's no way I'm going back to that sort of prison labor. I look the pale green spine-colored thing up and down, including the oppai shirt she's wearing. What the fuck? You do know what your shirt says, right? Stella gives me a quizzical look and glances down at her shirt, her face turning bright red. Oh my, this was the only clean shirt I had. If I didn't feel the way I did about Fang, I'd think Stella stammering was kinda cute. Suddenly her face lights up and her eyes return to me. Wait, you like anime too, don't you? Play it cool, Anon. No need to reveal your power level. I'm a Super Saiyan God. I've seen a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. That's amazing. I don't have anyone else I can talk to about it. What's your favorite anime? I love Precure. Raptor Jesus on his cross of rock. It takes all my strength not to physically cringe.
Garuga! the mess!
Oh yeah!
Oh, we should watch it together sometime. I have the box set of every season. We could marathon it over a long weekend or something. Maybe some other time. I'll just block my calendar for this. Maybe for after the heat death of the universe. Anyway, the show isn't for another half hour. I just wanted to ask you before, what did you think of your fortune? I kind of forgot. You forgot the judgment? Doesn't ring a bell. Well, how would you like another? I've got time to kill, sure. She pulls her deck of tarot cards from somewhere. Where the fuck does she hide these things? Anyway, she fans the deck out. Alright, take one. I take one at random and show it to her. Oh my, inverted empress. You need to be wary about future negligence, Anon. The fuck does that mean? Gatago Nature calls. See you at the show. Oh, gotta go. Nature calls. See you at the show. She flees in denim-pissing fear. What was I doing again? Oh yeah. I step up to the stage to see the band's point of view. And then promptly trip. What the fuck was that? There's a loose cord over my foot. That's probably not good for the show. I stand up and wipe the dust from my pants. Trish is the organizer. Right now she's giving Reed a lecture on why it's probably a bad idea to put carfentanil in the smoke machine. Hey, Trish. Trish looks over her shoulder and Reed's face lights up. Can you come here a second? Trish sighs, points between her eyes and Reed's, and stomps over to the stage. What do you want, Skinny? I just tripped on one of the wires up here. Sucks to be you. Bitch. Should I plug them all into a surge protector so you guys don't fall during the concert? What? No, of course not. We won't trip. I have that on good authority. Whose? Reed's. And you trust his word on something like this? Sure. Why not? He's the expert on this stuff and all. Before I can object, Trish turns away and runs after Reed, who is huddled over the smoke machine, pungent fumes wafting from its exposed innards. Well, it seems like he's got that handled. Trish seems pretty confident that Reed knows what he's doing with the sage. But Reed obviously doesn't understand cable management. But then again, neither do I. Probably better to let sleeping fossils lie. Don't mess with those cables, man. Don't mess with them. Now that that's taken care of, I glance at the pizza-themed clock on the wall. Oh, Pizza Steve, what time is it? 30 minutes until the show starts. The band is doing one last sound test, so Reed's bass drum bearing another new logo for Worm Drama. It doesn't look half bad. It's quite an improvement over what the fuck Trish made. Trish has a wicked grin on her face and I can practically see the dollar signs in her eyes. And Fang looks anxious, hands wringing the strap of her hollow body electric guitar. I consider what I'm about to do extremely stupid, but hey. She jumps a little as I step back on stage. Her knuckles are bright white as they strangle the leather strap. Okay. The secret is support. he said as he hovers over my shoulder. I offer her my most supportive smile. You got this, Fang. I don't feel like I do, though. You do. You've been practicing all month for this. And you've improved immensely since your last gig. I have complete faith in your ability to play guitar. Don't worry so much. Just don't fret about it. You'll be fine. Trish rolls her eyes, reads vacant stare, and has a bit of approval. At least it wasn't a dinosaur pun this time. I'm not that unfunny. You are. Fuck you, I'm hilarious. No one thinks that, loser. Don't you have something to be triggered about? You can't use that word. That's our word. Just did want to see me do it again. Ladies, please. Shut the fuck up. We've got sweet music to play. That's our word. Showtime. Alright, next up we got the... What? They go right into their next song with gusto. An hour later and the band is wrapping up their last song for the night. I take my eyes off the stage to get a read on the crowd. Easily a good 100 people showed up to see Worm Drama, better than any of us expected. The look on Fang's face when everyone began filtering into the restaurant was priceless. They were on the last song of the night, the bizarrely long name of which I missed. I just gotta ask, why is Hitler riding my bike, pretending to be a monkey? Alright, Reed definitely wrote this one. The band really has improved, as opposed to booing and pointing at the audience. Okay, that's not written correctly, I don't think. As opposed to booing and pointing, the audience is listening intently. At 3 a.m. in the morning on a fucking Tuesday. After the song ends, Worm Drama hangs on to the pose on their final note. It's silent. I applaud the band. Eventually some other patrons join in. The applause turns to cheers, and the cheers turn into uproar. The crowd was cheering. Actually cheering this time. The bandmates' faces light up, and they all glance at each other. The hard work has taken its toll on the three, giving them varying degrees of perspiration. The sweat is trickling down Fang's forehead. Trish has gone from an afro to dreadlocks. And Reed is providing the restaurant with a nice ocean scent. Fang finishes with a furious flurry of strumming on her fretboard. Thank you, Lil Trudon. The crowd's approval is obvious, even in the makeshift mosh pit where I see Stella getting fake curb stomped. At least I think it's fake. Rosa is on the other side of the room, too entranced by the music to care. I don't see any blood, so she's good. Anon. Before I could react, I was swept up in a blur of feathers. Fang wrapped her arms and wings around me and kept rocking back and forth. We did it. They actually love Worm Drama. I tune out the alarm screaming in my head and hug her back. Her wings are just as soft and huggable as they look. Fang's beak settles against my cheek, the warm scales sliding smoothly and up and down against it. This is kind of nice, actually. Contact with another human being is kind of nice. I become aware of my hands planted firmly on the small of Fang's back and pressing her closer to me. Beneath my splayed palms is soft, warm, and drenched in sweat. I find that I don't really mind the slickness. Fang? I feel like I could stay like this forever. Hello? Fang? Fang suddenly flinches, and I get a split-second view of the purple hand on her shoulder. Her face is beet red, and the warmth of my own cheek tells me I don't look far behind. Trish looks like she sucked on a lemon with how twisted her face is. The tiny Triceratops pulls Fang out of my hands, and I can picture my fist twisting that horn right off her face. Great show, right? I guess, for our first show anyways. What? It was great though, everyone was cheering. But it was a small crowd. Was it? The place was packed. Small venue, we gotta think bigger now. Why bigger? Because I still have stock. She motions to the bar where there is still some hung up shirts with the new mediocre logo lazily spray painted on. Have you sold much? 3 buttons, 4 stickers, and an apron. An apron? Hey, kids! Look at this little apron your little trigger friends sold me. Trish looks split on whether to be mad about the trigger comment or happy about the successful sale. Hey, someone took my apron. Get back to work, Jerry. You're on the clock. It, looks nice on you, man. Looks good. Anyways, you's gonna be helping with the cleanup, right? I look at the absolute mess around us. Fuck. An hour later, and I'm stuck mopping up where the mosh pit once stood. As my mop head gains a tinge of red, I pray to God this isn't from Stella. Rose wanted to stay and help clean, but... I am so sorry, Stella. Come, I shall nurse you back into my home. I feel more sorry for Stella, but Rosa looked capable of helping her. My God, that's a lot of marinara, yeah. A whole lot of prego. Fang and Trish are trying to divide and carry out the stage. The mop pit really isn't getting much from the floor. Am I supposed to have a bucket or some shit? Yo, Anon. Reed crosses right through the puddles, tracking grimy footprints without a care. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, man, what'd you think of the lyrics? Those were lyrics? What were you on when you wrote that? Reed rubs his forehead, struggling to remember more than 10 minutes ago. I don't know, man. The floor, maybe. But I also distinctly remember floating. You know, dude, we've been doing this since junior year, right? And this is the first show that anyone's actually liked. Wild. You've only been playing together for a year? You know it, man. Crazy how time flies. Man, back then Trish had all these crazy long horns and glasses. Now there's a thought. How would Trish even look with glasses? Actually, how would glasses even work on any Triceratops? Fang wasn't Fang. She what? Probably shouldn't have mentioned that. Fang wasn't herself? Honestly, that's probably something to be left for Fang and Fang alone to talk about. Sorry. Sure, right. Only thing that stayed the same was like me and my car, bruh. How long has he been on this stuff? It was almost like a totally different time, man. Before I even got a moment to picture what it might have been like, not even a year ago, Trish appears behind Reed. She looks like she's about to snap both our necks. Hey Reed, what are you two talking about? Just talking about some memories of the band, Trish. You didn't tell him anything about me, did ya? Glasses. Reed, you absolute ass. Reed just shrugs. By this point, the restaurant has been mostly cleaned up, with only a few tables left to put back. So, Anon, we showed you ours. Now it's your turn to show us yours. Wait, out here in public? Didn't peg you for the kinky top. Trish inhales sharply, visibly trying to master herself. I met with your old school. Now that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Come on, Anon, don't you have any good memories from your old school? No. I'd really rather not talk about it. Why not? You told me about your parents. That seems to catch Trish's attention. Shit, that look of expectancy from Fang too. I guess it can't hurt. Well, I did try to get into music at one point. With how much you need my help in music class? I didn't say I was good at it. I was just clicking buttons and seeing what stuck. And spoiler alert, nothing did. That got a giggle out of Fang and a look from Trish. By the way, Anon, I saw you talking to that Stella girl before that concert. You have something going on there? I feel a pit in my stomach as a look of betrayal crosses Fang's face. Riding the Trish's trap. Say that shit 10 times fast. Hook, line, and sinker and rod. None of that. No. I do not have a thing for Who thought like we were talking about what's-her-face? The one with the Dino dual card. The one with the Dino dual cards. I thought those were Pocket Raptor cards. Weren't they hand egg cards? Moving on. Anyone back home you had your eye on then? Nobody at rock bottom was worth the time. Fang's face softens, almost in a silent sigh of relief. Is there hope for me yet? Rock bottom, huh? I didn't think you'd ever told us about where you're from before. Shit! I haven't, huh? Who really cares where you went to last? Yeah, man, it's just a school. Was it in the sticks? Not exactly. It certainly was lower class, though. I used to buy bulk soda and sell them to the stupid kids for lunch money. My man. Taking advantage of the disenfranchised, I see. Reed gives me a fist bump. Show the world what we can do. You're back to me and me back to you. I'd usually just go places on a crappy dirt bike, leaving donuts in parking lots when I was sure nobody was looking. Sounds like you were pretty cool at your last school. I don't know about that. Sure, man, I don't get why you left in the first place if you had it so good. Actually, think of something, please. I had to leave because of, don't say something stupid, you only get one shot. Family issues. Bummer, man. Glad you're here instead. Yeah, thanks, man. Sounds personal. Guess we shouldn't pry. We're all friends here after all. Music cut off. Guess we're all friends at this point. To varying degrees. I let a content smile creep up onto my face. Hey, you stupid fucking kids. The Tyrannosaurus stomps over to us from the kitchen, the ground shaking with each step. Great job again on the show, punks. I knew my little Lucy could pull this shindig off. He clamps onto one of his tiny hands down on Fang's shoulder as she reflectively tries to hide her face with a wing. Alas, I'm expecting a late-night visitor, so I need you punks to piss off. Come on by for a slice sometime, yeah? Thanks, Mo. Yeah, man, thanks a bunch. Now scram yous kids, I've got a different kinds of cleanup to deal with. And repressing that. A few weeks later. Things have cooled off since the concert back in February. There's no major events coming up, so the days have gotten longer. The weather has just started to warm up as well. Each morning I've been walking through a thick blanket of fog that always dissipates by lunchtime. It's a drastic shift compared to the hot-cold binary of flyover life. Maybe I should ditch the jacket soon. No, there's no way I'm showing the world just how much of a linklet I am. Even if it means being grilled alive. Geez, Hannah, you look like you're dying right now. The sun can go fuck itself. Fang chuckles and pats my back as I lean over my desk. On second thought, tank tops seem cool. Reed is usually wearing one. Alright, class, the principal's got something to say. Then you'll be leaving early. With that, we're all directed to the auditorium. We didn't have assigned seating, so I immediately thought of sitting with Fang. Knowing better than to look through the ocean of students, I follow my nose to Reed. The fetid raptor was sitting in the very last row with Trish. Yo! Reed's bellow easily eclipses everyone else. I wave back, hurrying past my awestruck classmates to claim my rightful throne. That guy's saved us some seats, man. I take a glance over to see Trish pouting and huffing and puffing. Oh, fuck, he found us. The last students trickle in through the doors and take their seats. Mr. Carl takes the stage with an electronic mic. Alright, frickin' settle down, kids. We got a special frickin' announcement from the frickin' principal. We got frickin' midterms coming up soon, and he frickin' feels the need to give all of you a frickin' pep talk. The audience collectively groans. Fang and Trish throw their heads back. On cue, Principal Spears takes the stage. Mr. Carl holds the microphone out to him, but gets ignored. The student body covers their ears in preparation. Alright, you little punks. Like the man said, we have midterms to deal with in just a few weeks. And I don't want to see any of you slacking. Only the best efforts will be allowed. These scores may not affect your overall grade, so many of you may decide to disregard them. It's a weak mindset like that can and will trap you. These tests are for you to see if you're on the right track or not. I expect you all to ace these exams because Volcano High is the best school there is. And I teach the best students there are here at Volcano High. Are there any goddamn questions? Judging by the dead silence, there wasn't any. The principal gives a single approving nod and exits stage right. Alright, you kids, you're free to frickin' go. With that, the sea of students begins to funnel out of the auditorium. The four of us wait until the auditorium is half empty, before getting up and making our way to the door. I guess it's the second time you go to the auditorium that happens. Yes, it's after the frickin' when you're in a room now, I remember. I got my events mixed up. Our motley crew take it to the front lawn of the school, and Reed falls flat on his back in the freshly mowed grass. It's gonna get all over you, man. It's gonna be itchy. Later, guys. His breathing becomes a rumbling snore. Alright. So, Fang, you actually gonna study? Now I remember everything. We can go to the library. There shouldn't be anyone there. I don't think I'm allowed there anymore. Wasted too much bandwidth. Fuck using my own data to pirate all these games I'll probably never play. I wasn't asking you, douche. I kinda just want to go home. Okay, talk to you later. Yeah. Fuck you, Anon. I didn't even do anything this time. God. Yeah, fucker. Whatever. See you Monday. Before I can turn away, Fang's hand catches the sleeve of my unnecessary sweater. Actually, I was thinking. Fang's grip loosens on my arm, leaving her hand to rest on my forearm. Wanna, study at my place? I kinda need help with the les science. What'd your dad make me into a hunting trophy? I don't think you're that good of a catch. My ego. Besides, he's working a late shift tonight, and my mom should be out clothes shopping or something. Again. It's okay, Anon. You're just gonna go to Fang's house. Alone. Just the two of us. Bill Withers, please. Shut the fuck up. I can't handle it right now. Okay then, so how are we gonna get to your place? The bus. We can make it to the last one if we run. Oh, go fuck yourself, Mike Bill Withers. We make a mad dash to the last bus. I'm sweating like hell by the time we get there, made worse by the fact I'm still wearing my jacket. Still must not take off and show off my incredible guns. Must not expose skeleton arms. I'm a skelly boy. After a little while of being simultaneously fried alive and bathed in sweat, we finally make it to Fang's place. I obviously thank the driver again. You too, man. You too. Alone with Fang at her place. Bill Withers begins to blare inside my head again. God, just fuck off, please, fuck's sake. Come on, Anon, we can study in my room. Fang's room. Oh man, it's been a while since I've noticed the alarms. Sure, lead the way. Fang climbs the steps while I trail behind, wary of any hidden fathers laying in wait to ambush me. She holds a door open to a pitch-black room, and I tentatively step in. Home sweet home. Fang flips on the lights, and I'm not quite sure what I expected. Is that last unicorn? I just noticed that. Stupid little... Oh, God's sake. Fang flips on... Okay. The black walls are covered with various band posters. The spaces in between covered by what I assume are lyric ideas written in chalk. A few guitar stands and a keyboard in the corner below a non-binary flag hanging on the wall. Fang throws her bag off to the side and picks up a guitar, strumming a few chords. I plant my hands in my pockets nonchalantly, looking around for a chair or something. Just sit on the floor, dweeb. Not even a beanbag chair? What kind of lazy teenager are you? The kind that has expendable guitars in arm's reach. Fair enough. I use my backpack as a makeshift backrest. What's the guitar for anyways? Playing music. I mean, aren't we supposed to be studying? Or are we doing music first? This is just how I get ready for studying. Strumming along puts me at ease. Fang picks up a spare guitar picked from a shelf. She begins playing a short riff that I recognize from one of Wormdrama's songs, smiling and relaxing as she goes on. Like my own personal concert. When the song is finished, Fang gives an expectant glance my way. I smile and give a tasteful nod. You want to try? Fang takes off the guitar strap and extends it for me to play. I'm not sure what she expects me to do, but I could give it a shot. Aren't we supposed to be studying for midterms? These scores may not affect your overall grade, so many of you may decide to disregard them. It's a weak mindset like that keeps you from being a true Sigma. These tests are for you to see if you're on the right track or not. You got to commit to the grind set. Okay? God. Is it really alright to slack off? To be a fucking slacker? Let's play some sweet tunes. What the hell? What the hell? Why the hell not? I take the guitar from her hands and put the strap on, letting its weight hang from my shoulder. Fang hands me the pick and I aimlessly strum the guitar, the mess of a noise sounding a far cry from her elegant playing. I tried my best. I got so far. Here, like this. Fang grabs another guitar and motions me to copy her hand movements. I try to mimic her hands on the fretboard, but it feels like my fingers are twisting into pretzels. And not like that. Your hand's gonna get cramped and as fuck like that. Fang sets her guitar down on a stand and comes over to me. Holy fuck, no wonder you sound like a horny cougar. Like the cat art. Here, like this. Her hands covers mine as she tries to readjust the position of it. No, like, stop fighting back. Just let it happen. Oh god, it hurts. Oh my fuck, and it just relax your hand. I would if I could, but the goddamn alarms weren't. I would if I could, but the goddamn alarms weren't freaking me out. That sentence doesn't make sense. Hold on. What? Fang walks behind me. Don't turn around. Why? She's standing right behind me. She's standing right the fuck behind me. He's gonna poke his head out from the corner. Photoshop is a very fun thing, let me tell you. She's standing right the fuck behind me. Her body presses behind my back and her arms come around, each of her hands taking my own and guiding them into proper position. Anon, are you paying attention? I hope my voice doesn't just crack. Fang's hands move mine along the neck of the guitar. Alright, try these chords. Her fingers press mine down, holding down the strings in an awkward position. Then this. My hands are slid down closer to the base of the neck and too close to my crotch. And then finally this. Those fingernails are gonna dig in, boy, let me tell you. My fingers are shifted back up to the middle of the fretboard. Try that out, Anon. Fang lets go of my sweaty hands. She doesn't move from behind me, though. I try and replicate the movements. The first strum sounds not bad. The second note is horrendous. I blame my parents. Something's getting in the way, let me tell you. And the last chord comes out all rightish. Now do it all together. I repeat the pattern and it comes out sounding all rightish. Again. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. You're getting it now. Have I? Am I? I have no clue what these chords are. I keep strumming, each time progressively sounding better and better. Now try playing chords of your own. My own? I thought you were showing me how to play a song. I'm teaching you how to play guitar, you dork. I reposition my fingers and try something new, producing several more horrid sounds from the instrument. My pinky slides off the fretboard, and when I strum again, a strange look appears in Fang's eyes. You suck at this. Try something cool. That was really pretty. Really pretty shit. I'll keep it simple. Interesting. Keep going. Strum with confidence. That's pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't stop, you idiot. Keep going. You better press it, boy. You wouldn't want that to happen now, would you? I like this. Play it again for me, Johnny Guitar. I oblige and repeat notes several times. Fang's tail starts wagging along with my strumming, turning into our usual metronome. Wait. She takes the guitar from me in a very rude manner and sits on the edge of her bed, toying with the chord I was strumming. I think I figured out that song, Anon. Her tail slaps a simple beat on her mattress as she slowly builds up a rhythm in her strumming. Her head bobs along, wings relaxing as the guitar's tone starts picking up. The song born from the guitar was mesmerizing. It started soft, with gentle, tumbling trills, a slow jam at first, but eventually it grew into something more. The crescendo crossing the strings reshaped the music. The transformation into a weightier rock piece was seamless. I should find the playlist of the soundtrack, and I'll probably link it in the description or something. Yeah, I'll change all the descriptions on every video, but I might as well, with a link to that playlist. More than just fingers and a pick, it was as if Fang put her entire life's effort into this. Thinking back, she must have made countless songs like this, most of them never heard by anyone and left forgotten. She soon started to hum with the songs she was playing, harmony and melancholy blending with the melody. As Fang poured her very being into that instrument, in her hands it dawned on me what this was. A lyricless ballad. An instrumental aria. Musical notes that bore the weight of words she couldn't define. All of which sounded beautiful, melding together into a harsh yet intoxicating piece of dissonant serenity. Eventually, she started to diminendo. The fading softness of strings and harshness in her humming as she slowly laid the guitar to rest. The music had stopped, but her own emotions wore on. Oh. Fang sat there looking down at her guitar, realizing she showed me something she had never shown anyone before. Fang bit back tears, fighting the sob that threatened to spill from her. She sets her guitar down and slouches, rubbing her eyes and trying to repress her inner turmoil. Instinct pushes me to my feet, carrying me forward to the vulnerable girl sat on plush duvets. All that matters is her. The part of me that felt scared at the thought, that wanted to remain isolated in my comfort zone, that wanted to pretend that no one else mattered. That part was ejected, forcibly. Fang gasped as I wrapped my arms around her. Jeez, man. And the frailty of her voice makes my heart ache. The song was amazing, Fang. It truly was, because it was her. Her heart and soul were carried within it, her very being. My heartfelt words reached her. The dam burst. She felt like a porcelain doll in my arms. Tears of sorrow and relief stained my shirt and wet my chest. Oh, God, goodness gracious. Oh, dear. Unlike the rooftop, Fang's voice was a weak mumble, broken by hiccups and uneasy breaths. My embrace is soft as I cradle her, soothing her with slow rocking. We stayed like this, my arms calming the fragile and spent girl. I have no clue how long it lasts, but Fang is able to compose herself with time. I let her move away, choosing to sit next to her on the soft mattress. Her eyes are puffy and red, and once again her makeup has left tracks of orange and black on her cheeks. And once again she shares with me that smile. But this time I can tell exactly what that soft expression means. Relief. That's, oh God, that's twice now. My bad, how are you feeling? I don't know. She looks down at the guitar she set aside. I lean over her lap, carefully taking the instrument by its neck and bringing it to my lap. Can you teach me? The song, can you teach it to me? She looks at the guitar and then me. Her surprise slowly turns into happiness. Sure I can. Hold up a sec. She stands from the bed and goes for another one of her guitars. Along the way, she grabs a shirt off the floor, using it to wipe her face. When she comes back, Fang sits closer than before, our shoulders together. So, for the opener. After what feels like hours of back and forth to learn guitar, my arms feel like they're about to fall off. Fang is an unexpectedly patient music teacher. She ends up correcting the same mistakes I make over and over with little more than dweeb. I ended up calling it quits halfway through the 20th practice song. By that point, my acoustic screeching... That's a good pun. I like it. By that point, my acoustic screeching turned into something that resembles actual music. You're no stego slash, but not bad, half bad for one lesson. I'll take it. I fucking suck creatively. Do you? You made that railgun way back when. That was something I read online. Thanks, Kojima-sama. I appreciate it. Still managed to make it. Yeah, but that had, like, instructions and shit. Anything that needs imagination, and it's like I'm an epileptic with Down syndrome. Well, what about your wordplay? Not telling her about my shitposting needs. That's the best I can do, I guess. Fang's fingers trace along the strings of her waiting guitar. Oh, by the way, the picture where she was bending over on with the amp, that was the third image. So, right, if they added anything in 7, probably didn't. But those are the 3 images, boy. Just get a good look. Just get a good look. We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this. We're talking about this, boy. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Fang's fingers trace along the strings of her waiting guitar. How about a jam session? A jam session? Not that kind of jam session. Fuck. Like, jam it in? Like jam the aux cord into the... So what's the whole pirate princess thing about? She doesn't have a candle, so I'll be okay. A guitar pick bounces off my eye. Oh! I told you not to mention that. I know, I'm so sorry. Jeez Louise. But really though, what was the deal with that? You can tell me. It's just something I did sometimes. Play pretend? Well, kids do that. Yeah, but I mean, this was a bit different. When I pretended, the world didn't seem so much better. So I didn't end up doing it for months at a time. Years even. But that's all over now? Yeah. Just embarrassing memories. Sometimes I do miss it though. Being someone new, trying to figure everything out again. Fang wasn't Fang. Anyways, go ahead and just try playing. She reaches over and plucks a string on the guitar I'm holding. Just whatever comes to mind. Yeah, just try and play whatever. And then all hell broke loose. Fucking Adachi's over here. Just gonna fucking beat my ass. What the hell are you doing here? We were having a jam session, sir. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation. I wish they added the record scratch. Well, you see, it all started with me here in the girl I like's room. I was learning to play guitar, maybe even getting a little good at it. But then right out of nowhere, I tell ya, the scariest motherfucker I have ever seen in my life shows up. Yep, you guessed it. It's the lady's dad. No warning or anything. And he brought his murder weapon. My life flashes before me, and my first thought is, God, my life sucks. The Fang bits were pretty cool, I guess. I at least hope someone deleted my browser history. Anyways, back to the show. Out now. With my bold font. God. It takes all my strength to prevent my bladder from doing its best still impression right about now. I silently head to the door with Judge Dredd on my back, catching a sympathetic glance from Fang on the way out. Walking out the front door, I feel my heart stop as his talon-like nails begin to dig into my shoulder. At that moment, I learned a very important lesson. Patero claws hurt like crap, man. The next time I catch you alone with my daughter, I will use your head as a Rubik's Cube. He gives me a shove off the porch and I hear the door slam behind me. I can hear her father's raised voice from here. Sheesh, darn, it's like all the chill bells. I don't know why, but lines like that just make me laugh like an idiot. All the chill bells. Or maybe some carf, man. Ugh. God damn it, Reed. I turn away from the luxurious walk home. I turn away from the luxurious home and walk down the pathway to the sidewalk.
Sakura-kan ikimasu!
Don't just talk about it. Check out Sakura-kan, April 10 through 12. Check sakura-kan.org for all the details.